Welcome back to Karate Combat. We are here with another evening of full contact martial arts action. As always, my name is Josh Palmer and I am joined by the legend that is Bas Rutten. And as you folks at home can see, we are somewhere totally different. And Bas, why are we in Hollywood?
Hey there, homie. Welcome to my hood. Did you see what I did there?
I get it.
I added some 80s slang to my vocabulary so I can blend in better with the people over here. Listen, we're in Hollywood right now. My house is literally 3 blocks down, so tonight I'm going to sleep in the comfort of my own home.
No, it's 40 years ago. Someone else sleeps there now.
Ah, yeah, good point, good point. Okay, well, at least I can visit myself and give myself some tips. Are you gonna do the same thing?
I wasn't born yet.
Radical.
So anyway, last time we were in Okinawa and you took us there to look at the origins of karate. What made you pick 1980s Hollywood?
Because the 80s were responsible for a big push in martial arts. I mean, if you talk to all these fighters, they will tell you that these movies from the 80s inspired them to pick up karate, and that's why they started it. Totally fly, super dope.
That makes sense, I guess. I'm assuming you've also put together a video explaining how you got us here.
We did. Let's roll tape. Tape. My cue to go, I guess.
Hey, Bas, I love these gloves.
Aren't they nice? I mean, they're so beautifully designed. Look at this. It's just enough padding to protect the hands. And those 5 ounces really will maximize the damage they can provide while adding also a little bit of protection so you don't get cut. And guess what? Right now, they are on sale at Karate.com.
Bas, what are you doing? An ad read or what?
Oh, I don't.
We don't even know where is the next Karate Combat.
I know, and it's this upcoming weekend. We still don't have a place to go.
You still have that time machine, don't you? Dinosaurs.
I give up. Hey, Danny, what are you doing?
Thinking, boss, just thinking.
What are you thinking about?
You still got that time machine?
Yeah.
So, next Karate Combat is gonna be in my neighborhood, Los Angeles.
Okay.
In the 1980s.
Oh, that is so much better than dinosaurs. I mean, that was the time where everybody got excited about martial arts and karate. I mean, the movies, just the Karate Kid, Bloodsport with Van Damme. We got Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris, Jackie Chan. Dude, that is a freaking awesome idea. Very cool.
Hey, boss, you gotta promise me one thing.
Anything.
You'll bring me back a boombox.
A boombox. 25D batteries for 1 hour for playtime. Why on earth would you want to have a boombox?
I gotta listen to my old mixtapes.
You're crazy, my friend. And now let's take you to that kata that I was telling you about.
Yeah. Hey, boss.
Yeah.
You know, like, karate's good and everything, you know, but what about this?
Oh, wait. Oh, it's my wife. I gotta go.
So hang on a minute, you didn't figure this out yourself. You had help from Danny Trejo. And what is this with George and dinosaurs?
Yeah, that's kind of weird, right? Well, in my defense, Danny just wanted to go back to the 80s to get a boombox, right? But I realized, listen, we don't have a venue yet for our next event. And since the 80s were such a big push because all these crazy movies came out, I mean, we're talking about Karate Kid, we got Bloodsport, Enter the Dragon, oh, The Last Dragon. You are the last dragon.
I'm kind of partial to best of the best myself. Look, before we crack on tonight, why don't we go ahead and take a look at the two fighters.
Wait. We got one with Mike. We have a new team member.
Oh.
Yeah. He's going to be a fight analyst. He's going to get a little bit of flavor to our fights.
Thanks, guys. Man, I'm stoked to be here. I get to travel the world analyzing martial arts. I've just become obsessed with karate combat. There's going to be wonderful fights tonight. And besides, it's the 1980s, so I can wear my own clothes. I'm just thrilled to be here, guys.
Yes, thank you, Robin. Great to have you with us. Now, without any further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at the two guys competing in the main event tonight. It is viral sensation Samuel Eriksson taking on the berserker Alberto Ramirez.
I'm Eriksson Samuel and I'm from Sweden.
Soy Alberto Ramírez, soy de Venezuela.
I'm going to fight Alberto Ramirez.
Sé que voy a pelear con Samuel Eriksson.
The thing that makes me dangerous for my opponent is my explosiveness.
Bien, el Kisamizuki es mi técnica favorita porque entrené mucho esta técnica, pues no tenía otras habilidades que mostrar y solo tenía esta habilidad para darle batalla a mis oponentes.
I have the methods to expose him and win this fight.
Bien, cuando entro en el pit voy a hacerme sentir como karateca. He esperado este momento para darlo todo.
So Bas, that is our main event tonight. Let's talk a little bit about these two guys. First up, Samuel Eriksson. Man, that guy is known for some viral videos on Instagram.
Yeah. I was even commenting on him. I mean, if you see him kick, he's unbelievable. Super fast, hit super powerful. But he told us, hey, listen, I want to see, I can do it on the back. Can I do it on a person? So kudos to him that he's doing that.
And he, of course, is facing a tough guy in Alberto Ramirez, someone who, under his own energy, with no money, flew to the qualifiers we held in Hollywood and slept in the hotel lobby just to get a chance to be here on Karate Combat.
Yeah, and on top of that, he's the 2018 Venezuelan champion in karate. So I think this is going to be a great fight.
It certainly is. But before that, we've got two other fantastic bouts for you. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of tonight's fight card. So before that main event tonight, we are going to see in the 75 kilo division, Nikos Kidakos from Greece is going to take on Brazilian Marcos de Bastos Jr. In the 84 kilo division, Serbian Velimir Jeknik is taking on from the Dominican Republic, Jorge Perez. Let's go ahead and remind ourselves what rules our combatants are going to be competing under. Our scoring system is uniquely based on the principles of karate, which are effective striking, effective takedowns, aggressiveness, and defense. Meaning that if a fight is close and it's up to the judges to decide, the fighter who drove the action wins. Fighters are also encouraged to use our specially designed 45-degree angled pit walls to their advantage. Fighters cannot use knees or elbows, and only 5 seconds of ground and pound is allowed. All bouts tonight are taking place over 3 3-minute rounds, unless the need to go into overtime is deemed necessary, or if it's a title fight, which consists of 5 3-minute rounds.
Είμαι ο Νίκος Γιδάκος και κατάγομαι από την Ελλάδα. Θα αγωνιστώ με τον Γκιλ Μάρκος που είναι από τη Βραζιλία, παλαιότερα στο Karate Combat. Καλύτερο μου χτύπημα και αγαπημένο είναι το κροσέ στο κεφάλι. Όσες φορές θα το δοκιμάσω και το πετύχω 100% έχει σίγουρα αποτέλεσμα. Αν δεν ήμουν επαγγελματίας μαχητής, θα γινόμουν.
Eu sou o Gil Marcos de Bastos Júnior, eu sou do Brasil, Curitiba, capital do MMA. Contra quem eu vou lutar? Eu vou lutar contra o Nikos Kidakos. O que eu sei sobre ele é que foi aniversário dele esses dias aí, eu tenho um presentinho pra ele. Eu cresci no meio do karatê, meu pai começou a me dar aula com 7 anos de idade, minha família é toda da arte marcial. O que eu tenho pra fazer pra vencer nessa luta é entrar no pit. Se entrar no pit, fazer o que eu sei, sem chance pra ele.
Όταν θα μπω στο pit, θα κοιτάξω να πάρω την νίκη.
Eu só tenho uma coisa pra dizer sobre isso. Eu não queria ser ele, eu não queria ser meu adversário, não.
Για τον αντίπαλό μου με κάνει επικίνδυνο ότι όταν θα ξεκινήσω, δεν θα σταματήσω.
The Portal is live here in Hollywood, California. We have got Nikos Gidakos in the red gloves and white pants. He is taking on Gilmarcos de Bastos Jr. in the blue gloves and the black pants. Bas, they both look very determined here.
Wow, yeah. It's important.
Tail the tape for Nikos Gidakos from Greece. As you can see, a 1-1 record here on Karate Combat, looking to rebound from a decision loss to Davy Donna last time out.
In the blue corner, from Brazil, Giro
And his opponent tonight, Gilmarcos de Bastos Jr., hailing from Curitiba, Brazil. He is looking for his first win here on Karate Combat after an unfortunate loss to Andras Viraj last time out. Bas, it's always exciting when we get fighters entering down into this Karate Combat pit.
Man, this is going to be great. Both these guys really need to win.
Referee Kevin Sasaki gets us underway. Three-minute rounds on the clock here, should they need them. Gidakos with that high guard. De Bastos Jr., bit of a wider standard karate format here. They're going to play with the range on the hands. Gidakos been working a lot lately. He's been teaching 6 days a week at his academy, as well as training himself and his students. So a very busy man indeed. And a bit of a feeling out period here.
Yeah, the long one too. Oh, there we go. Both fighters stay outside the reach, both counter fighters. That's what I assume. They're waiting for their opponents to attack so they can counter.
You know, it was interesting. De Bastos said to us earlier that he didn't see how his style matched up well for Gidakos at all. He said there's no way that Gidakos can be training for what he's going to bring to him.
Yeah, he said work hard on boxing and fight close distance because he believes that he's better there.
Which will be interesting because Gidakos actually has a very good clinch game and a lot of throws he executes from close range. So De Bastos is going to have to be very careful in managing that distance, and they clash in the middle. Wide hooks, a good head kick from Gidakos, but he's bundled back to the ground, and a quick flurry from De Bastos Jr.
Well, yeah, remember Gidakos' last fight was a last-minute replacement. This time he had a full training camp.
Oh, and a big overhand right. Slipped his head nicely to the left there, Bas.
Very nice.
Center of the pit for De Bastos Jr.
Oh, double kick, one landed, one punch.
Well, they all were a bit errant there, but you've got to appreciate how Gidakos followed up off that first kick, kept the flurry going, tried to keep conserving that momentum on the way through.
If he would have leaned forward a little bit more, he would have connected both with those shots hard. I mean, he connected with one, but it was on the way out.
Got 1 minute left here in the first round, and it's fairly even so far. Perhaps a little bit more intention from the Greek at the start here. De Bastos measuring and looking to pounce.
Well, there we go. Gidakos has to watch out. When he attacks, he brings his chin up.
Yeah, he leans his chin all the way back and tries to bring those flurries forward.
Yeah, he sets you up to get knocked out, but also you're pulling your length away. You know, if you lean forward, like I said in the beginning, then he has a longer reach.
Gidakos did say that he was going to try and play with a variety of weapons a little bit, but not too many on display yet in this first round. Final 20 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, single kicks are very hard to avoid, especially big ones like that.
Southpaw stance to Gidakos. Look at the range cover for that rear round kick.
Yeah, his kicks are really fast and good. I mean, that head kick almost landed. He did before. Super close. He didn't pull it through.
End of the first round there. Touch of gloves as respect. Bit of a feeling out round overall, I feel, Bas. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, this is a very hard one to judge. You know, we always say it, right? We don't want to be the judges in a fight like this. I think that after the feeling out round, hopefully they're both going to start attacking. There's that beautiful high kick.
Yeah, let's take a look at some of the replays here from the first round. And Gidakos had a couple of good overhand rights.
Oh, you see that high kick landed. Also the slip he did, that was great, but he should counter right away if they do that.
Yeah, there's going to be a front kick here from De Bastos Jr., but Gidakos trying to surge straight back. And then this was the round kick from Gidakos. So a couple of big moments there, but let's go take a look in the corner of Nikos Gidakos. He's had a late replacement in a coach flown out. But he looks fired up and ready to move on, as does De Bastos Jr. I wouldn't expect either of these guys to have any issues with cardio throughout any of these 3 rounds.
Yeah, plus they didn't go full on in the first round, right?
So touch the gloves underway in the second. Immediately De Bastos Jr. back to the center of the pit, looking to dictate the space here in this opening bout.
Now let's see what the corner told him to do. Yeah, they're both counter fighters. That's why they're waiting.
Yeah, good little twitch of the feints from De Bastos, fires the kick, but...
Set it up with hand strikes, and then go for kicks. Oh, connected with a left hook. Nice, back
beautiful
into the
spinning
face.
kick.
That was nice.
Yeah, nice timing from Gidakos, caught De Bastos coming all the way in.
Yeah, because that kick, he pulled the brake on, and it's really good, actually, because normally when they miss, they keep on turning. He didn't do that, so it's really good technique.
Yeah, good moment there for Gidakos. Doesn't seem to have made De Bastos wary, though. He got a couple of his own hooks in to start with. Through the first minute here, Gidakos looking again for the low kicks. Remember, here on Karate Combat, you cannot kick between the knee and the hip. And a big flurry from De Bastos. They're very wide, pouring hooks.
An uppercut would have been great in that combination. Left hook, right uppercut, or right uppercut, left hook.
It's interesting, when Gidakos has got caught in that pocket, he's got a little bit worried from some of the shots.
Oh! Beautiful!
Nikos Gidakos with a straight right hand has absolutely slapped Gilmarcos De Bastos Jr.
Whoa!
Wow!
That was like a point karate move, but with power.
Boy, was it.
Whoa!
I cannot wait to see a replay of that. They clashed, and it was Gidakos who landed the most flush of strikes.
Yeah, Gidakos is a little worried.
So let's take a look at the replay. Bass, talk us through this collision.
Yeah, he's going to come in, and while he comes in, he's going to get countered. Bang! Look at that, you see? He was attacking, brought his hands back, defense was up. Buff! There we go.
Gidakos took a little bit of a shot himself, but you cannot land a more precision strike than Nikos Gidakos just has. Let's take a look one more time. De Bastos Jr. just face plants the ground. And here is a very happy Nikos Gidakos, the F-16, rebounding in style here at Karate Combat to move his record to 2-1. And he shares some words with his opponent's corner.
Yeah, he came forward. It was like 2 trains hitting. Boom, collision. Full on.
Unstoppable force meets a movable object, but
that's the result.
That just amplified the damage, didn't it?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have your winner by knockout in the red corner, Nikos Gidakos!
All smiles for Nikos Gidakos. He is victorious here at Karate Combat. He's going to jump up pit side to get a word with our co-host, Layla Anna Lee.
Congratulations, that's how you open a show. Phenomenal knockout. Now, prior to the fight, we spoke and you told me that you find the first round hard, but the second round better. Did that go exactly as you planned?
Όπως περίμενες. Ναι, στο μυαλό μου ήταν το πρώτο γύρο να βγάλω καλά, το πρώτο τρίλεπτο, από το δεύτερο και μετά να ανεβάσω. Υπήρχαν κάποιες στιγμές που με ψιλοξάμιασε, αλλά είχα το τελευταίο λόγο εγώ. In his mind, he wanted to finish the first 3 minutes, but then yes, it did go as he planned.
A beautiful strike. Is that something that you saw in the first round?
Ναι, πρόσεχα πολύ, γιατί κοιτάω να διορθώνω τα λάθη μου σε κάθε αγώνα. Ήθελα να το πετύχω και το κατάφερα. I tried to fix my mistakes fight by fight. I wanted to achieve it and I did manage it.
I'm aware that this win is very important for you, one for your family, right?
Yeah. Περιμένω παιδί Ευχαριστώ πρώτα απ' όλα το Θεό που με έχει καλά και αγωνίζομαι σήμερα σε αυτό το pit. Ευχαριστώ όλους που με στηρίζουν, το Combat, τον πρόεδρο, τους manager. Θέλω να πω ένα μεγάλο ευχαριστώ στον πατέρα μου που για σήμερα δεν ήταν εδώ λόγω ήταν άρρωστος. Του αφαιρώνω αυτή τη νίκη και φυσικά στο παιδί που περιμένω.
I'm expecting a kid, so yes, it was all about my family. I want to thank everyone, the organization, the Karate Combat, but this win is mostly for my father because he couldn't be here, so...
And last question, that's a bit of a statement you made. Anything you want to say to the rest of the division?
No. Only training, hard work, work, work. Thank you very much all.
Congratulations. Thank you. Well done.
Well, we cannot let a knockout like that go without a word from Robin Black. Robin, what did you see there?
The art of karate is about the manipulation of negative space, and that's what that young man did. Striking at distance, popping in, popping back out, and that space in between, that hot zone, caught him with the straight right hand, put him to sleep. Beautiful performance.
Well, congratulations to Nikos Kidakos on his win. Let's take a look back at some of the moments from that bout.
Both nice guys. That was a nice slip. That left high kick landed, but he didn't really pull it through. Otherwise, I could have been a knockout earlier on.
Yeah, it was a very even first round, wasn't it, Bas?
It was.
Both guys having their moments. Kidakos flurrying here and there. So was DeBastos Jr.
Yep. And you saw, like I said, they're both counter fighters. He's just waiting for the Marcos to come. And now we got to go. Oh, that height. Look at that beautiful kick. It was really pinpoint accuracy. Oh!
And Kidakos had looked for that overhand right several times, and that time he found the mark.
Yeah, he felt that. 100% guarantee. He knew when he felt that on his fist that was a knockout.
So it's all action here at Karate Combat. Join us again in just a few short moments for more action from the pit.
There is a saying in Japanese, mushin, meaning no mind, don't think. This is my strategy in the pit. This is so fitting for me and how I began with karate in general. I was about 10 years old when my brother and I used to watch Van Damme movies, He is Our King, and try to kick the crap out of each other. It happens. When you have a brother, everything is fueled by testosterone. My brother and I enrolled in karate. So when people ask me why I am a karateka, I always say, Van Damme made me do it. We learned chess from our father and played it before we knew about karate. Knowledge from this game that he transferred to us was incredibly usable in point karate sport. His lessons of chess tactics led us to be successful competitors and win medals in both chess and karate. Both of us were part of the national team, and we enrolled in European and World Championships. We did everything together, except around 2015. I followed an opportunity to work in Abu Dhabi as a trainer for the police college. After returning home and continuing my training, I saw something that totally changed the course of my life. Rafael Agaev versus Dionisio Gustavo, fighting in a pit on Karate Combat event. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. The concept was perfect. Everything was the way karate should be. I fell in love immediately and said, this is where I need to be. This is what I've got to do. I sent in my tapes, and my first fight was against Andrei Grinovich. It was tough, but I won. Now I'm 1-0, and this season I'm hoping to make it 2-0. My training is very specific, as is my nutrition. For the past 5 years, I don't eat meat or eggs. Carl Lewis did the same, so I tried it and it works beautiful for me. I'm faster, sharper, leaner. I was born on a lucky day, February 29. Now, to be here in Karate Combat, the only thing that could make things better would be to walk out and see Van Damme on the other side of the pit.
Wow, Bas, what a way to start off our first event here in Hollywood, California.
Yeah, that was insane. I mean, he came forward, boom, connected, out. I mean, he didn't move at all.
Well, we've got so much more action coming your way. 84 kilo division next. Velimir Jeknik taking on Jorge Perez. Talk to me about Jeknik, a man who has a bit of a sense of humor out of the pit, but in the pit, all business.
Yes, but when we asked about the game plan, he didn't want to say a lot. He says, I'm going to use my reach, I'm going to react to what my opponent throws at me, and that will be enough.
And he is taking on the fast Jorge Perez, a man who's competed a couple of times here before on Karate Combat, but admittedly is coming back from a fairly long layoff.
Yes, but he had a 3-month training camp, he said. He said, I need to be fast because my opponent is fast. He also got knocked out in his last fight, and he said, I learned from that. I take full responsibility. It was my fault. This way, or this time, he's going to surprise us with a surprise knockout.
Yeah, more action coming your way, 84 kilos. Let's take a look at the head-to-head for Velimir Jeknik and Jorge Perez.
My name is Velimir Jeknik and I come from Belgrade, Serbia. I'm going to fight Jorge Perez, and I know he's coming from Dominican Republic, and this is all I need to know. I became a fighter because it's my genes. Karate Combat is a great league and it's done a lot for karate. This fight is very important for me because I want to continue my win streak. I have 1 victory without loss, I want 2nd victory without loss. So good luck.
Soy Jorge Pérez, soy de la República Dominicana. Bueno, no sé mucho con el competidor que voy a pelear, pero sé que es de Serbia, un buen competidor, a dar la guerra. Creo que me volví un luchador porque en mi niñez siempre fui aguerrido, siempre fui un niño que me metía en todos los problemas. Mi especialidad para ganar es la rapidez, puño. Mi rapidez, mi golpe que son muy fuertes.
You are going to be down, I will be up. This is reality. Sorry, man. Sorry, brother.
Y no sería un luchador profesional, sería un militar. Siempre me gustó la milicia.
Our next fight here is ready to get underway. Velimir Jeknik in the white pants and red gloves, taking on Jorge Perez in the black pants and the blue gloves.
Oh, this is going to be a good one.
Yeah, immediately apparent, Bas, the height advantage for the Dynoroid, Velimir Jeknik.
He's going to use that to his advantage.
In the red corner, from Serbia, the Dynoroid, Velimir Jeknik!
There is the tail of the tape for Jeknik, and as you can see, we've got to point out 6'3" tall in this weight class with a huge reach advantage.
And in the blue corner, from the Dominican Republic,
Jorge Perez there, his nickname El Pra the Fast, and that is exactly what he's going to need to beat that reach advantage here tonight.
He had one training partner. I hope he's tall.
Down into the pit we go. Our referee, Mark Goddard, is going to be officiating this bout.
All right.
So, touch of gloves, and we are underway here.
Oh, southpaws. Southpaws 10s, at least.
Yeah, which of course changes the game, because it's not very often that a southpaw gets to face another southpaw, thus effectively making it orthodox.
Yep.
And a very leaning back upper body stance from Jeknik here.
Wow, you think it's a complete different weight class if you look at these two guys.
It's insane.
David and Goliath.
It's such an advantage, Bas. I mean, how has Perez got to fundamentally deal with something like that?
Could fight close, doing what he's doing right now. He's got to be fighting close, because close distance, he has the more power. Because his punches can travel longer than Jeknik's when he's close by.
We've seen both these guys here on Karate Combat before. Jeknik 1-0 so far, got a decision win. He sits Perez down nicely there.
That was nice. That was a good reaction. Shin kick to the face while he was getting up.
Yeah, Perez we've seen twice before, back on season 1. Got a good knockout win, and then a knockout loss to Shaheen Atomov. As you said, Bas, a very thorough training camp for him coming into this one. But there you see an advantage of a wide hook, but still inches away.
Yeah, he needs to blast a big blitz. That's what he needs to fight himself in, go for the body with shots, fight in close.
It's never going to be that first shot that lands with him, is it? It's going to be 2, 3, 4, and 5 to cover the distance.
This is good what he's doing. Blasting forward now, but he can keep on doing that. But Jeknic, very smart, he's moving to the side right away. You always want to move angles when you move backwards, never straight backwards.
Through the first minute and a half here of round number 1.
There we go, there we go.
Perez chasing Jeknic around the mat.
And this is great because this is not considered a downed opponent. You can literally kick him there as well.
Yeah, that's the critical thing to remember is unless they are very firmly planted on the actual horizontal mat surface, the wall itself does not ground the opponent, which means they can be struck very dynamically. So again, Jeknic, lead leg forward, very heavy on that lead leg.
Nice inside low kick there by Perez. He's able to land it.
Yeah, and that little cut kick up to the inside of the calf, that's going to be what he uses to try and close the distance a little bit. See, again, surging forward and trying to reach that elevated chin.
He's doing a great job. This is what he's supposed to do.
Well, it's all the
blast forward.
All the aggression is Perez at the moment, right?
Yep.
Momentum-wise, it's all Perez. Fine, he hasn't found the mark with the cleanest of strikes, but he's absolutely the one putting his foot down, trying to finish and progress this fight.
A tall opponent also is used to simply leaning back away from the hooks to the face, so attack the body if that happens. Straights to the body would be a really good weapon for Perez now. Come with the big right hook and the left hook straight to the body.
And that is the end of round number 1.
They went fast. To me, this went fast, and it means it's interesting.
Yeah, a lot of things to consider for both fighters here. Jorge Perez perhaps getting the better of that first round. Let's take a look back at some of the action from that first round.
Yep, he's blasting forward, which is something he needs to do, but Jeknic, you see him, when he moves back, it's, ooh, that kick, man.
That was great
would have
timing.
been connecting, ooh. Nice low kick. And a flurry forward again. And this, you see, yeah, moving to the side.
This was really the story for Perez, was trying to land those successive shots and really almost have to run forward to stop Jeknic from simply leaning out of the way. And there is the corner of the fast Perez, still looking very calm. More of the same for him in round number 2, would you think, Bas?
100%. I think this corner will tell him. He says that's when you are effective, so you have to go forward. He's not breathing heavy at all, so he's have the shape to do it.
So what do you want to see from Jeknic moving into this round? Because a little bit stagnant perhaps in that first
he needs to more offense, because right now he's just waiting for a move of his opponent and he wants to counter that. But if you come in with strikes and wrapping it up with kicks, that's a really good thing to do.
Underway for our second 3-minute period here. Marc Goddard gets the action going and a feint of a front kick from Jeknic.
Switch stands there for a moment to throw that front kick with more power. So it was the back leg. That's a nice low kick. That's a smart thing to do. It's above the knee, though.
It was very close, wasn't it?
Yep.
Playing with that fine line. Now Jeknic trying to dictate a bit more of the space here, trying to back Perez up against the pit wall.
Yeah, you want to kind of scare him. Like if you come in, you're going to get hit, because otherwise he's going to get blistered again like this, you see? Oh, did he connect?
Huge shot, puts Jeknic down. Flurry from Jorge Perez, and Marc Goddard has stopped this one. It's a TKO victory for Jorge Perez.
No.
Oh, it was a 5-second reset, and immediately
there we go again.
Perez bundles him down again. Got a little bit carried away there, folks. They have 5 seconds to land strikes once they're on the ground.
Yeah, definitely his corner has told him that.
Again,
Look
same thing. Third time in a row. Perez flurries and just covering up from Jeknic. They're going to come back to their feet once more.
Yeah, this is going to be lather, rinse, repeat. You watch. Because he's effective with it. If it works, why not keep doing it?
Yeah, he's got Jeknic completely on the back foot here. He's just capitulating his back to the mat every time now, and Marc Goddard is giving him a lot longer look each time to say, you need to stay in this one.
Jeknic needs to use his front kick, his left front kick.
Right, he's got to keep that range away a little bit with the teep to the front.
Exactly, or he lets him walk on it. You know, most of the time they breathe in just before they kick. Well, if you nail him at that moment, that's a problem.
And again, he's got Yeknik turning away now when he flurries. Another series of standing shots here.
See what Perez did? With one hand he grabbed the wrist, pulled it away, and with the other hand he was hitting. Very nice.
Yeah, very nice work from the man from the Dominican Republic. Several fighters from the nation represented well here on Karate Combat. Not least of which Dionisio Gustavo we've seen several times before, but again Perez backs Yeknik up, puts him to the ground.
You know, he should attack now with what I said. Oh, right hook to the head, left straight to the body, but it's over. Mark Goddard called it.
And there we go. Mark Goddard has called it for no intelligent defense from Velmir Yeknik, and I think that's more than fair, Bass. As you said, lather, rinse, repeat at that point.
Yes, you know, when something works, why would you step away from it? It's like my stretching routine, right? I've been doing it for 23 years. They say, why? I said, because I never had an injury after. Very simple, and it happens in a short period as well, actually.
Let's go and see Mr. Perez get his hand raised for a decisive victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have your winner by TKO in the blue corner,
A good win for Jorge Perez. He moves to 2-1 here at Karate Combat. Celebrating in style with his corner. And he is going to have a word with our co-host, Layla Annalee.
Jorge, congratulations. You went into this fight knowing that speed would be important for you.
Bueno, me siento muy bien, muy agradecido. Bueno, venía preparándome muy bien para esta pelea. Ya como dije anteriormente, venía una derrota por pequeños errores y me preparé muy bien para dar todo contra todo. Y sabía que si seguía continuando mi ritmo de pelea así, podía obtener un knockout o una victoria buena.
Thank you very much. Congrats.
Let's go ahead and see what Mr. Robin Black saw in the end of that fight.
That was a fascinating fight, guys. Absolutely fascinating fight. You know, the Dynaroid is a very difficult challenge with that range. When you look at the footage of this fight, congratulations, son. You look at the footage, don't look at his hands, look at his feet. It's about how he travels through space to close that distance, to get close enough to land the big punches. That's what he did. It was a wonderful performance.
A wonderful performance indeed for Jorge Perez. He is successful over Velmir Yeknik. Let's take a look back at some of the moments from that bout.
First one, blitz, right into the head, fall back on, and as we mentioned, against the wall, it's not considered a downed opponent, so he could actually kick there as well, the body.
I mean, Bass, when he successfully put him down that first time, it was the same story from that point, wasn't it? He seemed to have just broken him completely.
Exactly, you know, why fix it if it's not broken? And that's what happened here.
Yeah, and just too much repetitive damage. It was enough for Mark Goddard to step in and stop it at that point. More than fair stoppage. Yeknik offering no intelligent defense repeatedly.
Exactly.
And they were going to see it one more time. Perez, they're not big shots, but they're consistent shots, and they're doing the damage. Let's go to a quick break, and we'll join you shortly again here on Karate Combat.
I was born in South Korea. As fate would have it, I was adopted as a baby, and I began my new life in Sweden with my family. I am incredibly close to my family, especially my grandmother. They all supported me in my choices, and I laugh because I never enjoyed the competition of it all. I love the training. In addition to my training, I began to incorporate weight and gym training, and each medium complemented each other so well. I was gaining both strength and muscle. So in 2017, I did the most natural thing for young martial artists to do. I signed myself up for a local MMA fight and was matched with a top-ranked fighter in Sweden. I ended up losing that fight and took a step back from MMA. But I didn't want people to think this was the end of the road for me. I had to refocus, and my focus went to sharing my knowledge on my Instagram page. My goal was to show that I'm a great martial artist and that the chokeout didn't take me out. One day, a video I posted went viral. It caught fire. Before I knew it, people I never thought in a million years even knew I existed started talking about me. Joe Rogan, Conor McGregor, it was insane, in the best way. People recognize me not as someone who got beat in the cage, but as a great martial artist. When I originally started to work with Karate Combat, my goal was to come on to do reaction videos, but life had another twist and turn for me. My original debut was supposed to be in November of 2020, but as we all know, the world had other plans with the pandemic. We were all affected in our own, very personal ways, and had to quickly learn to change and to adapt. I needed to be there for my dear grandmother, who fell ill, coincidentally, during the pandemic. I am thankful for the delay, because I was able to be with her before she passed, which was the hardest thing I could imagine that came true. There was no way I was able to focus and train and get in that pit with so much weight on my shoulders and sadness in my heart. But I was home, and my family were here for each other, and slowly, somehow, we crawled out of this darkness and began to heal. I'm here because through life's twists and turns, through hardship and hard work, I've learned to never stop working and to never give up, and I can only hope that I can inspire others with my story. Tonight is my debut at Karate Combat. I'm going against Alberto Ramirez. I respect this man so much, and I'm honored to have my debut alongside him.
El berserker. Me gusta verme como un berserker. Los berserkers son los guerreros vikingos, la élite de los vikingos. Los que iban a la guerra sin miedo, en furia, tratando de sobrevivir y ganar. Soy de aquel guerrero que cuando entra en el pit me transformo. Soy un luchador, toda mi vida he luchado, desde pequeño y hasta ahora. Nací en Venezuela, en el estado Bolívar, y me crié en Caracas, en un barrio que se llama La Vega. Comencé a los 10 años. Ya llevo 18 años de haber comenzado mi carrera en karate. Después de que llegué a ser campeón nacional, mi país tuvo una gran crisis económica que me obligó a mí a abandonar todo, tanto estudio como carrera de karate. Solo tenía $500 en mi bolsillo cuando llegué a Panamá. No sabía dónde ir ni qué hacer. Me choqué con la realidad porque no era tan fácil ser atleta acá. Me di cuenta que estaba solo, pero tenía un sueño, y sigo teniendo un sueño, que es mantener a mi familia unida. Y una de las cosas que tenía en mente, en mi sueño, era que pudiéramos tener una escuela juntos,
¡Ey, Sam! ¡Ey!
Y sentí que lo había perdido todo, realmente, cuando llegué acá. Pero se mantuvo conmigo siempre el karate. El karate siempre me mantuvo fuerte, me mantuvo preciso, con un objetivo. Mi mayor fortaleza siento que es mi fuerza mental. Creo que todo lo que he pasado en mi vida me ha construido una mente fuerte. Y pienso que cada vez que entro al tatami, al pit o donde sea que pelee, ahí es donde demuestro mi fortaleza y mi fuerza mental.
Welcome back to Karate Combat. 2 amazing fights in the book, and Bass, one more coming right up.
Man, I'm really looking forward to this one, Josh.
It is main event time. Samuel Erickson taking on Alberto Ramirez. Let's talk first about Samuel Erickson, a guy with a lot of pressure on him. You know, Joe Rogan's spoken about him, Conor McGregor's spoken about him. But he said to us earlier, he's doing this for himself and no one else.
Yes, and that's a very smart and a very commendable thing, because, I mean, a lot of people wouldn't do that because he's going to get a lot of heat if he loses. Now, he had a tragedy in his family which made him eat a little bit, so he had to lose 24.5 pounds in order to get to this weight. He said, I'm going to work hard, I'm going to come in, fight close, use uppercuts, body shot. In other words, he's going to be dirty boxing.
Now, unlike Samuel Erickson, his opponent tonight, Alberto Ramirez, a little bit of an unknown quantity, a lot less footage for his opponent to look at, but Ramirez, someone who is absolutely committed to his Karate Combat goal.
Yeah, this guy's really, really good. He's a very technical guy. Has a lot of stamina, a lot of heart. He says his opponent has great kicks, and my answer to that is going to be takedowns. And I'm worrying, okay, if Eriksson is going to try to bull rush him, he will set himself up for to be taken down. So let's see if that's going to happen.
Yes, so many things to look to in this fight. Robin, what have you seen from these two fantastic athletes?
Man, imagine you're making your pro fighting debut here in the pit at Karate Combat, and you got 1 million people watching. Why are they watching, Samuel? Let's snoop his Instagram. Take a look at it. This is Samuel Eriksson. The way this kid moves is dynamic. It's exciting. It's fun. It's improvisational. He makes you laugh. He makes you smile. But he is a dynamite martial artist. He wants to prove that this is not all for show, but these skills are for go. And when we look at him when he moves, you can see it. The kicks are his dynamite, but they are there to explode with power as well. The stomp and the turn, big. High impact striking. And we watch him move. This kid moves smoothly. Here, the head will dip underneath, then he'll harvest the energy and punch over top of the hand as it's out. He is a mover, and he moves beautifully. He cross-trains his martial arts as well. Here, 2 punches to the step, and bing, fires the kick. This guy is something to watch, but he's gonna have to do it here in the pit against a very, very, very dangerous Alberto Ramirez. And we look at Ramirez as well. If we're gonna look at Eriksson's footage, we're gonna have to snoop Ramirez's Instagram as well. A very pure karateka here, creating space and then being deceptive, jumping back in and striking up, and then the reverse punches he stomps to the ground. This is the purity, this is the beauty of the Japanese martial art. Here, the hook kick. Think. This kid puts it together nicely, comes off on different angles, and that could be effective against Eric Samuelson. Change the angle and attack on a diagonal. We will see these two meet right now in the Karate Combat pit, and guys, I cannot wait.
Yes, thank you, Robin. We are going to move straight on. It is the main event, Samuel Eriksson and Roberto Ramirez.
I'm Eriksson Samuel and I'm from Sweden. I'm going to fight Alberto Ramirez. What I know is that he is a fast karate guy, and his style is typical karate, but I would say that I have the methods to expose him and win this fight. This fight is very important for me because I have a lot of people around the world watching. It's a lot of pressure, but I'm just going to go in there and do my best. See what happens.
Soy Alberto Ramírez, soy de Venezuela. Sé que voy a pelear con Samuel Eriksson. He visto sus videos, he visto sus patadas, sus trabajos de piernas. Creo que va a ser una excelente pelea y es un excelente peleador. Bien, el Kisamizuki es mi técnica favorita porque entrené mucho esta técnica, pues no tenía otras habilidades que mostrar y solo tenía esta habilidad para darle batalla a mis oponentes.
I'm very explosive, so I really think my opponent will have a problem handling that.
Y pienso que ahora que lo tengo, voy a dar mi máximo potencial para ser el campeón.
The thing that makes me dangerous for my opponent is my explosiveness.
Bien, cuando entro en el pit, voy a hacerme sentir como karateka. He esperado este momento para darlo todo.
And the portal opens for our main event here at Karate Combat. Red gloves, white pants for Samuel Eriksson, black pants and blue gloves for Alberto Ramirez. Some serious stature on both these athletes here, Bas.
Yeah, I mean, Ramirez is fired up. See there, Eriksson is taking it calm, relaxed. Good take.
There we see the tail of the tape for Samuel Eriksson, and Bas, you alluded to it earlier. He has cut weight from 78 kilos down to 68 kilos for this one, and if he can move that fast at the higher weight, what's he going to be like at this lower weight class?
And the blue corner, from Venezuela,
Tail of the tape for Alberto Ramirez, making his debut here at Karate Combat. He started training at just 10 years old. lifelong karateka, and finally realizing his dream of competing on Karate Combat. Woo. Ooh, I'm excited.
Not gonna lie, I
Bas.
feel a little bit of butterflies.
I am excited for this one. Our referee for this main event is Mr. Mark Goddard. Ramirez versus Eriksson, touch of gloves, and we are underway here. 3 minutes on the clock in this first round.
Very cautious shaking head. Did you see that? They touched in the pullback.
Eriksson keeping a high Western guard, that right hand monitoring the hook to the head potentially. Much more traditional karateka for Ramirez. A nice side kick, covers the distance well.
Very nicely done.
Southpaw for Ramirez.
Yeah, that's an open stance there. Straight to the body are very effective. Uppercuts in the clinch are very effective for throwing with the backhand, the strong one.
Yeah, find that calf kick to try and draw Eriksson's attention down.
Really watch out with inside calf kicks because they're going to hit the shin.
So both guys measuring the range here. It's Eriksson with the center of the pit. Just trying to find their timing, find their reach, and that's a nice jumping kick for the rear leg.
That was nice. To a left kick first and then a right.
Yeah, showing that unpredictability, that dynamism that he gets from blending his karate with some taekwondo.
Back to takedown, that's what I said. Yep, raining down strikes. Nice, Eriksson keeps him away with his feet.
Good takedown from Ramirez, doesn't manage to capitalize on it though. And they're back up to the feet here. Remember, they have 5 seconds to land standing strikes to a downed opponent. Again, very wide open, broad stance for Ramirez. Eriksson goes chasing. Looking to load up those hooks. A lot more head movement here, trying to be a bit Tyson-esque and find his way into the pocket.
Oh, I was going to say the same thing when he was bumping his head. Mikey.
Yeah, he said to us he wanted to look to try and get in close, use a little bit more of that boxing style. He knows Ramirez is going to be exceptionally good at covering distance for that initial first contact strike, and he wants to try and dictate and take that away from him. Moving into the last minute here in this first round.
But Ramirez was lying to us. He said, I'm not as flexible as my opponent. He threw very nice high kicks already.
Yeah, we saw in some of the footage earlier that Robin broke down, you know, very capable of easily landing over the head of Samuel Eriksson. Again, nice jumping switch kick.
There we go.
Good pick up and a good takedown from Ramirez. Follows him down to the ground, and Mark Goddard's going to bring them back to the feet.
He's doing exactly what he said he was going to do.
A little bit of a Marotta-Gary there. It's a classic double.
Somebody going to make a move in the last 10 seconds.
Yeah, last couple of seconds. He's going to see this round out. Well, no, they clash in the middle. Clinch up, and that is the end of the first round. And Vas, I think, really quite even there.
I think so too. I would say with the takedowns, of course, it will go to Ramirez, but for the rest, it's pretty even.
Let's take a look at some of the replays, Vas. This was the side kick from Ramirez.
Yeah, that was very nice. A little jumping, a little Toby Yokogiri.
This was the first takedown, Vas. They locked up in the clinch, and Ramirez was able to...
The inside leg trip, outside
leg trip, yeah. Yeah, a little Kosoto there.
Great defense there by Eriksson on the ground.
And then following up again, Ramirez was able to, there you go, pick up the one leg, and he actually used a trip there as well. He'd already elevated Eriksson. So really nice working close from Ramirez. As you said, Bas, perhaps on balance, the judges thinking they were the more significant moments of successful aggression.
Mm-hmm.
Karate Combat, this event brought to you by Natural Light. Go get yourself a natty. Eriksson pressing forward again.
That was nice. Connected there with a straight. A cross.
I think we're already starting to see, Bas, that first round's out of the way. They're getting more comfortable now, throwing a bit more freely in this close range.
Yeah, Eriksson should keep it with the straight punches. I won't go for hooks, because once they clinch up, his opponent is just too good with the takedowns, with the trips.
Yeah, I mean, look at the physique of Ramirez. The guy's chiseled out of stone here. Absolutely monstrous at the weight class. But he's got backed up in the corner here. Can Eriksson keep him pinned in? No, he finds his way out.
Both guys doing great, avoiding shots.
Big overhand right from Eriksson, misses. Tries to get some dirty boxing done. Is he going to get picked up again? He does.
He does.
Good, successful takedown from Ramirez.
Yeah, but he went down himself as well, so he couldn't strike.
Well, this is the problem we saw with his takedown at the end of the first round as well. You know, he followed his opponent to the mat, takes away his ability to land those standing strikes. So Eriksson continuing to move, continuing to stay in the center here, but he's got to find some more meaningful offense of his own here. He had a bit of success with those kicks. Perhaps he'd like to throw some more of those.
He's really good at pressuring his opponent and stopping him from moving away.
Yeah, he seems to be getting the better of cutting Ramirez off in the corner here. But can he capitalize on it? Moving into the final minute, Eriksson goes to the body, changing up those target zones.
You see how he keeps him trapped there in the corner? Cuts him off the whole time.
Yeah, he's doing a great job of fighting that footwork.
Woof,
Switch kick again.
Man, that grazed over his head.
So fast. I can't get the speed of his kicks when he throws them.
And I love it. He sets it up with that left kick. And then makes it a jumping right roundhouse.
Two clubbing right hands from Ramirez. Moving into the final 30 seconds here. This round still very much up for grabs, but he's turned Eriksson with the kick there to the calf.
Yeah, I think it was a low kick above the knee.
It was close.
Yeah.
But Eriksson caught slightly off guard there, and Ramirez is perhaps just going to nick this second round unless Eriksson can do something decisive in the last 10 seconds. Feeling out the last 10 seconds here, and we're going to have one more round to go here in our main event. And Bas, perhaps Ramirez, quite possibly 2 rounds up here.
Yes, because of the takedowns, you know, and they simply count 3 points, he said.
Good takedown from Ramirez there, finds the mat, driving through. Eriksson threw some good kicks, but all just missing the mark by the slightest of margins.
Yeah, he needs to set up maybe with a side kick, then the spinning back kick.
You know, it was interesting, Bas. Ramirez highlighted to us when we spoke to him before the event, you know, he said, I don't think I'm flexible enough to kick the head, which we now know is not really the case. But he said he specifically practiced his takedowns in point karate because he needed something that was high scoring, and he felt that he had an edge over many other karatekas in that area. And we're seeing that game plan come to fruition for him here.
Yep, and he's taking the fight right now because of it.
So down into the pit for the third round. I really hope that Samuel Eriksson's corner have told him that he's got to press forward. He's got to do something to try and finish this fight because he cannot risk leaving it in the hands of the judges here. Underway with the final 3 minutes in our main event here at Karate Combat. Ramirez surges forward. Eriksson manages to fire one back. Feinting a lot with the hands is Eriksson. Needs to keep that head movement up though.
Watch a crazy kick again. Oh, I thought because he was switching stance, I thought he was going to set up again. Oh, something happened.
Oh, now that was that a clash of shin or feet? I mean, if you get injured in the act of throwing or blocking a strike, that's still fair game.
Yep.
It's not like you got hit in the groin and you earn a stoppage for that.
Yeah, you can't get a timeout for it.
Yeah, I would hope Eriksson's going to press forward off that now.
Nice low kick.
Yeah, again, playing with that line about where is legal. Catches just below the back of the knee.
There's the takedown coming again.
Yeah, looking for it. Eriksson repummels for those underhooks, though, and gets his hips all the way back. Does a good job of creating space and disconnecting.
Exactly.
And, you know, a lot more exaggerated motion here from Eriksson. It almost does seem like he knows it's against him, but there's only a minute and a half left here. Again, looking for the takedown is Ramirez, gets the one pick up and turns Eriksson all the way over. Couldn't quite, he can't strike from one knee down. He's got to have both soles of the feet on the ground. Trying to pop back up to that position, but not able to. Mark Goddard not letting them have any time to reset, forcing them straight back into the action. Last minute on the clock here. Again, good jumping switch kick to the body, but blocked by Ramirez.
There's a nice attack there, but watch out again for the takedown.
Yeah, every time they get caught in the clinch, Ramirez has just got his sequences just sorted from that point. Flurrying from standing, last 30 seconds here. I mean, I'm losing count of the number of successful takedowns now.
Yeah, Ramirez is hurt. You can see his face. There's something going on with him.
Yeah, I wonder if his foot caught an elbow or a bone somewhere. See if we can get a replay of that for you at home. Final 10 seconds here in our main event. Samuel Eriksson, Alberto Ramirez looking for one last strike.
For one more takedown.
Yeah, standing tie into a clinch, and that is the end of the bout here. Alberto Ramirez and Samuel Eriksson. Ramirez motions to the crowd. He believes he's done enough here. It is going to go to the judges' scorecards. And Bas, how did you see that fight as we take a look at the replays from that third round?
Well, Eriksson was putting the left hand from Ramirez up, knowing that he probably lost this fight.
So this was the story of much of the fight. Fantastic takedowns, and on this one, Bas, he turned him all the way around.
That was nice.
He immediately cleared any form of guard. Jumping switch kicks from Eriksson, just not finding the mark again. Manages to flurry, and another takedown's going to come off this. He did such a good job of taking his base completely off the floor in each takedown. He never dragged him down, did he? They were all very clean takedowns.
Very clean, you know, exactly what he told us he was going to do.
Hope we got a shot of it there for you, but Ramirez was dancing in his corner in celebration. He's fairly certain he knows which way to go. Let's head down into the center of the pit and make this one official.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have your winner by split decision. In the red corner, Samuel Eriksson!
Wow, a upset decision there, a split decision going to Samuel Eriksson. The crowd unhappy with that decision there. Bas, your immediate thoughts?
Yeah, I thought so, with all the takedowns and the amount of points that they give you. I thought it was going to go to Ramirez.
I have to say, I saw it the same as you. Eriksson.
Yeah, and you go like the aggressor. We was the aggressor, you know, because we count a lot on aggression, they always say.
This is true.
Was Eriksson pushing forward the whole time, which he kind of was, because that's how he got taken down.
I imagine he is feeling a tremendous sense of relief here.
Yeah, winning or losing, it didn't matter for this guy. Just the fact that he did it and he got in there while knowing that everybody's watching, that says anything about that person.
Well, he is pitside with our co-host, Layla Anna Lee.
We see some instant emotion there. Tell me what's going through your mind.
It's first of all, thank you to Alberto for this fight. It was a really great fight, everything I wanted, but I felt that he controlled the reach much better than I thought. But the emotion comes from I was supposed to fight last year, and I couldn't because. Because grandma died, and it was COVID and everything, and my
girlfriend almost died from COVID as well. She was in the hospital for a very long time, and I just, for me, I wanted to come today and fight. And if I win or lose, for me, it was important to just get here, all the tests, and just make 9 rounds or 1 round, or even if he wins or I win. I just wanted to show up. And also because of the pressure from social media. And I'm happy with the fight, but and it just a lot of emotions outside the fighting. And there's no excuses or anything. That was the feelings that came to my mind.
A lot of emotion, a lot of pressure building up to this. We know that you felt it. I think you've proved yourself in a brilliant way. Congratulations, well done.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Emotions very clearly weighing heavy on Samuel Eriksson as he takes the split decision victory here. Fast, let's go and take a look at some of the action from that main event. So Bas, let's look at some of the action from that bout. Some good, as you said, aggression and jumping switch kicks from Eriksson. Ramirez very efficient with the takedowns in the clinch, though. Not able to often capitalize on them.
No, because he went down with them. That was the problem, and so he couldn't strike anymore.
And there we see Eriksson getting his hand raised.
A bit surprised.
A little bit surprised. A little bit surprised and very happy in this. As you saw there, a lot weighing on him. What a fantastic main event. Let's join us again in just a few short moments here at Karate Combat.
I'm Brian van Walsbergen. I am from Kuwacht, born in Belgium.
Меня зовут Шаин Атамов, я из Азербайджана, город Баку. Я буду в этот раз драться с бельгийцем и спортсменами из Бельгии.
My favorite strikes are kicks. I love to put my shin bone into somebody's body or head.
Я не останавливался, я все время готовился, все время изучал своего соперника и пришел сюда за победой.
You can put in front of me whoever I want. I won't be scared. I think that's my biggest advantage in this fight game.
Готовлюсь всегда к победе. Я не думаю, что приду, может выиграю, может проиграю. Я только...
Every time I enter the pit, I'm looking for the knockout.
Побежду, и это будет с нокаутом, иншаллах.
Welcome back to Karate Combat, Bas. A fantastic main event here in 1980s Hollywood. Give us your closing thoughts on that. Samuel Eriksson taking the slightly surprising, perhaps, victory over Alberto Ramirez.
Yes, because of the takedowns. We thought takedowns count a lot, and that's why he won. But then on the other side, you go like, he's the aggressor. He came forward a lot. He blasted forward. The jury also counts that. It was a split decision, so it was very close. So, yeah, it could have gone either way if you really think about it.
Yeah, a lot of aggression in the end for Eriksson. And as we saw in his interview with Layla, so much emotion, the pressure he must have been feeling just walking into this pit, let alone the relief at the end.
Yeah, but that's it. That's why he was like that, what you saw. I mean, imagine that. That not only, but everybody, 850,000 followers, everybody's doing it to see him. A lot of people, people, they want to see him lose, right? It's always like that. So he knew had to deal with it. But like you said, he said, I did it to prove it to myself. I don't care about winning or losing. He told Layla, I just want to be here.
So, a great first event here in 1980s Hollywood. Do you think we should stick around here another week?
Duh, that's another word. You see what I mean? Of course, man. I want to explore Studio 54.
Wait, wasn't that New York in the 70s?
Yeah, but Mark Fleischman, he owned it till like 86, and then 89 it became the Ritz nightclub. So I'm still good.
You are a font of knowledge.
Yes.
Join us again here back in Hollywood, California in the 1980s next week for more Karate Combat from myself, Josh Palmer, Bas Rutten, Layla Anna Lee and Robin Black. We will see you next time.